Let's listen in to Josh Frydenberg in Kooyong.
Wow. Okay, friends. Bit of a different atmosphere to 3 years ago, but still a lot of shouting. Firstly, as you know, there's still thousands of postal votes to count. And so while it's mathematically possible that we win in Kooyong, it's definitely difficult. But while votes are still being counted, I wanted to take this opportunity to be here with Amy to say a few thank yous. Thank you to the people of Kooyong. Thank you to the people of Australia. Thank you to my party and to my colleagues, but most importantly, thank you to my family. Well, I hope I'm not a bad bloke, I do. They say in politics that politicians are the volunteers and our families are the conscripts. And a truer word couldn't have been said. Because the fact is, I have been supported every single day of this job by the most remarkable partner in life in my wife, Amy Frydenberg. Not only is Amy the most important thing to me, but our two children, Gemma and Blake, are. Earlier today, as we were heading to the voting booth, Blake said to me, he said, "Dad, a girl at school," and don't forget he's in prep, "a girl at school says her mum is more important than you." To which Amy replied, "Blake, all mums are more important than Dad." And Amy has been the most extraordinary mum. And maybe after tonight, I get a bit more time to try and be the most extraordinary dad. Yeah. So I just want to say in front of you all, I am nothing without my family. They are the most important thing in the world to me, and I will try every single day to be the most important thing in the world to them. So thank you, darling. Thank you. To the people of Kooyong, they say politics, or all politics, is local. And for me, that's always been the first and fundamental task I have, to be a good local member. And I'm so proud that over the last 12 years, I've had the opportunity to work closely with our charities, our sporting organisations, our small businesses, our schools, and to ensure that families are supported on everything from an issue with the NDIS to immigration to Centrelink. My office, led by Colin and Maria, are just unbelievable. And like being able to establish a women's shelter for women escaping domestic violence, working with Servants Community House and the Kooyong Christmas Giving Tree, and the work that we've done with so many other charities like BCNA and the amazing guide dogs, and a shout out to one of the best CEOs in Australia, Karen Hayes. And I'm just so proud of those relationships and the good work that we have done, work that will last and stand the test of time. To the people of Australia, I say thank you. Thank you for giving me the privilege to be your treasurer. What we did in balancing the budget for the first time in 11 years before the pandemic, the work that we've done with historic reforms to foreign investment, to insolvency, to superannuation, to taking on the digital giants in Google and Facebook, to abolishing a whole tax bracket and dragging the Labor Party to agree to that legislated tax reform. But most importantly, the work that I have been able to do with my colleagues to steady our economic ship, to be able to save more than 800,000 jobs, to see Australia have a stronger and faster economic recovery than any other advanced economy in the world is something that I'll be proud of from now to the end of time. In what looks to have been my last press conference as treasurer.
You're a bloody good captain, Josh!
In my last press conference as treasurer, an unemployment rate at 3.9%, the lowest in nearly 50 years. Under Labor, it was 5.7%. Today, after the biggest economic shock since the Great Depression, it's 3.9%. And for me, and for Scott and our entire government, it's never been about the numbers on the page. It's about the people behind the numbers. And every single job that has been saved is a mum or a dad, a brother or a sister, a son or a daughter who now have the dignity of work. And on the booths at pre-poll, a grown man came up to me and just burst into tears. And he said just thank you. He said, thank you for saving my small business. Thank you for saving my staff. We couldn't have done it without JobKeeper and all the other economic support you provided. So for me to know that our economy is stronger today than when we came to government, that more people are in work today than when we came to government, that taxes are lower than when we came to government, that we're spending more on health, education, disability support, women's safety than when we came to government, that defence and national security are seeing the investments that we need in a more unstable world, more so than when we came to government, is something that I'm internally proud of that our government has achieved.
We leave Josh Frydenberg, the outgoing member for Kooyong, or likely. He hasn't conceded formally, but it certainly sounded a lot like a concession speech, Andrew.
Well, if anything, just totally confirms what a bloodbath this night has been for the Liberal Party. It's that particular loss. I mean, look, Josh Frydenberg was persistent, annoying at times with his ambition, but he had ambition. He had compassion, I thought, and I thought he was great, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, you know, in terms of the parliament, he was up there, right up there, and he was a guy you looked at, and there aren't many people you look at in there and say they are prime ministerial material.